What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Doing another video in the Villages series here. Second 9-hole of today. Basically with these Villages series I come out and play 4 separate 9 holes. Today we are going through the final course at Belle Glade, if I can talk, Belle Glade Country Club. This is a 27-hole championship course located at 434 Moyer Loop in the Villages, Florida. This is, like I mentioned, the third course. Last time I came out here I played the Tequesta course and the Seminole course. This 9-hole track is by the name of Calusa. And I forgot to mention it last time, but Belle Glade is located in the village of La Belle. So any of you village residents or people that have visited there are familiar with it. Trying to put as much, both the address of the course and where it's located. Maybe jog your memory if you've been near it before, if you've played it. But we're going to give it a go. So I'm going to play this one, 9 holes. Got another next championship on the course. It's another 27-hole complex. Going to play 9 holes there, and then most likely finish up today with 9 more holes at a different executive course. But we'll see how it goes. Hit one ball over with a 60 degree on the first course that I played. Wasn't able to find it back there because all the leaves, it just drops down the leaves, it gets nestled down, so we'll have to take a look again. Hopefully I can keep this one into the net. But Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand, Country Club Elite mat, DIY stance mat, Callaway super fast balls, 10x7 nets, and home tee here you're seeing here within the Garmin Golf app for the simulator software. So getting right into it. First hole, par 5, 496. Again, we're playing from the furthest back tees. Gonna aim slightly right. This looks like a pretty cool layout for an opening hole. Again, the whole reason why I'm doing this series is because you guys saw I went to the Villages a couple months ago. I actually have a trip coming up next week. So just trying to maybe take a mental note and play some of these courses and get a feel for possibly one that I'm going to play on course, or maybe make a little bit of a list, which I have going, of courses I'd like to play. So kind of tough sometimes. You look up pictures, sometimes they're a little bit deceiving. You don't know how accurate some of the pictures are. But at least with this, I can, if I end up playing any of these courses in real life, I'll have a little bit of an idea of what I'm getting myself into. But first shot here. Not terrible, a little bit of a low launch, should turn over left. Not going to be the furthest because of that low launch, but at least it's not a moon balloon. 280, take that. Must have got a generous rollout in the fairway. It wasn't a terrible strike, it was a little bit low, but that was pretty close to the middle. So 237 left, and we got water to contend with. So I'm going to aim slightly left side of this green, and I'm going to go 4 hybrid. If I hit it well, I can get it there. If I hit it really well, it's going to be off the back. But this is usually about a 240, 245 club. We'll see if I get that out of it right now. I mentioned it in the first video. You should be seeing all these in order by the order that I play, edit, and post them. But today is actually pretty mild out for a December day here in New England. It's about 50 degrees, so back's feeling good. Played 2 days ago on course, haven't played since then, so feeling pretty quick, making decent contact, and it's warmer, so we'll see what I get out of this. Struck it good, but that's gonna fade. Hopefully not fade too much into the water. Strain out a little bit. Alright, decent strike. I mean, we're pin high, just either came across it, left the club face open, or a combination of the two. I've hit worse though, and it is a par 5, so I mean, we're greenside hitting 3. 18 yards, we're in the rough, call it another 2 yards for that, so right around 20. I'm gonna go 60 degree. Pushed it a little bit right. Garmin didn't like that one. I don't know if I didn't ground the club long enough before. It is very overcast and humid out. Generally, like I mentioned in the first one, you guys heard me before, I see a pattern of moisture in the air and it increases the no reads. So may happen a couple times throughout this round, not a huge deal. Oh, and that one I skull. That one will probably register too, of course. That's gonna be off the green, I think. Wow, landed soft. That's the only unfortunate part. It kind of takes you out of the round a little bit when you gotta hit the same shot twice. Especially unfortunate when you hit a decent one like I did the first one. It wasn't great, but that would have been inner circle, I think. And then you go and skull it the second time. It's basically a mulligan that you didn't really want to take, but we're off with a par. Second hole, par 4. More water again. 393. Gonna aim up here to the right. Trying to, had a two-way miss going on course the other day. Gonna really try to turn these things over. I don't want to go too far and start hooking the ball again, but I just hate seeing the ball high and spinny out to the right. That was half on the crown. That was very high on the face. Not our best, but we're in the middle of the fairway, so could always be worse. 136 left, up 9, so this is in between a pitch and wedge and a 9. I'm gonna try the choke down 9. I don't think I can get, what do we need, 139? I don't know if I can get 139 out of a pitch and wedge. So we're gonna go about 75% choke down 9. Popped it up a bit, but we'll see. It's gonna be on the shorter side. Just got it there. I was working on that. Still trying to do it this entire day, but I talked about it in the first video. On course 2 days ago, I was popping things up. So I'm working on trying to play it further back in my stance, covering the ball more, hitting down more, and getting that more lower piercing ball flight. That one I popped up, so I knew it was gonna be short. And it's not terrible because you get more stopping power, but when it's windy out like it was the other day on course, the wind just eats it up and you lose distance on it. Even through 2 though. Third hole, par 3, 182, up 1. I'm gonna go 7. That was hit. Much better. Should turn over a little bit left. And it is. May need to get down a little bit. I hit that pretty good. Good swing. We'll take it a little bit long, but it is what it is. That's a well-struck 7 in my book. Better launch on that too. All right, more water. Fourth hole, par 4. 377, big old dogleg left. These get a little bit tricky. A little bit easier here on the simulator, but you still got to kind of pick where you think you can carry it and where you can aim to go over this water. On course, I mean, generally out here obviously it's safer and you can get riskier the further you go this way, but we're gonna go, so that's towards the front side, I guess right there, and then hopefully draw it, maybe advance it a little bit more, kind of cut the corner a tad more, but you don't want to get too ambitious and then not catch one great. You end up in the water. I'd rather be a little bit shorter and further right, away from the hole than penalty stroke and wet. Pretty good strike, a little bit heel side. It's going to turn over left, but should put us in a good spot. A little bit lower launch on that. Go figure. I'm trying to launch my irons lower and launch my driver higher, and I seem to be launching my irons higher and my driver lower. I need to reverse what I'm doing. Maybe I gotta go driver off the deck and tee up my my iron shots. Maybe that'll solve things. Decent drive though, and we're in play. 162 down 1. I'm gonna go smooth 8. I don't think I can get the 9 there. Toey, and I pulled that pretty far left. I think that'll probably miss the green left. Straighten it out a little bit though. Garmin had that fading. I thought that was a headed left and staying left type of shot. Might be a beneficial misread there, but got a little bit unlucky with that wedge shot. That one was probably beneficial, so not sure we deserve the par there, but like I always say, sometimes you get misreads in your favor, sometimes you don't, and generally speaking across 9 and definitely across 18 holes, it kind of evens itself out. So even through 4, 5th hole par 4, another dogleg left. If I play here, I'm gonna have to make sure I'm got that draw swing down. We're gonna aim about there. I am gonna double check. I've been having technical difficulties as of late, which is very frustrating, both here and on course. You try to schedule rounds, try to put stuff on camera for you guys to watch, and then I go back in, transfer the footage, and I go to edit it, and things aren't exactly the way I'd like them to be. Kind of frustrating, but all right. Really solid strike, just a little bit low on the launch. That was hit well. It's going to be kind of low and up the left. If I launched that a little bit higher, I'd probably get an extra 10, 20 yards out of that, but still decent. At least I'm finding somewhat the middle of the club face on a couple of these. All right, unfortunately it's a missed fairway and we're in the rough, but gotta look at it here. 117 up 1 puts us at 118, 10%, we'll call it 12. So 128, 130. I like that number. It's gonna be just a good stock pitching wedge. Pop up again. Hopefully that catches the front side. I'm swinging it quick, and I'm making halfway decent contact. I'm just popping them up, and like that. That's, I mean, we're in the rough, so that was what, 117, but that's still, that trajectory on that has taken 10, 15 yards off of it. And I'm playing it far back. I guess I'm just hanging back on it and hitting it up versus hitting more down into it and covering it. That's frustrating, but brings us to 1 over. 6th hole, par 3, 165 down 1. So 164. Gonna go 8 iron. It's not quite a full 8, but it's pretty close. Didn't swing quite as quick on that, but I didn't need to. Should be pretty close to the number, I would think. I had that one drawing. Garmin had that one fading. It definitely started right, but I had that one. I feel like I released the club. I thought that would be a nice little baby draw. Garmin had that as more of a starting right and staying right. Either way, we're on the green safely for a par. 7th hole, par 4. I got a water and a Diet Coke out here today. A little bit of a strange combo, but I like the Diet Coke just for a little bit of caffeine, kind of keeps me going. Of course, 2 separate bottles. I'm not mixing it, but all right. 1 over through 6, 7th hole, par 4. Is this another dogleg left? It is. So we're gonna aim out here towards the right a bit, and hopefully release the club and bring one back. Decent strike again, just a little bit low. Should be out to the right. It's not coming back a ton though. Just kind of stayed on the line we were aimed at. I'm actually curious. That one wasn't the quickest out of all of them, but 273 still. 105, 151. Again, you guys have heard me say, considering I have to go up to 5,200 feet on the altitude, I think those numbers are about 10% low. Maybe, maybe not. It says I hit down on it. Not so sure about that either, but maybe. And backspin. I was looking at the backspin spinner. I was going to say, maybe it picked it up, but the spin rate's in italics. I'm not using metal dots or anything, but club face. Club path was good. It just, basically club face matched the club path, so it kind of started right and stayed right, but I'm happy with that club path, and personally, I think that swing was probably closer to 115 and about 160 ball speed, but maybe not. I don't know. Doesn't really matter anyways, as long as these distances, I have them modified enough with the altitude and the weather settings to where I'm able to hit the same shots and distances back here as I would on course. But it is kind of nice to know, just for a comparison's sake, of if I'm swinging it faster or slower on a given day. I mean, I can still do that in relation to where it is, but 105, if in reality that was closer to 110, 115, I would kind of like to know that. But that's why I don't have a TrackMan or a GC quad. Second shot, 152, down 1, and we're in the rough. So 151 plus another, we'll call it 15, brings us to 166. Gonna go 8 iron. I've mentioned it multiple times. Last year, a little over a year ago, I don't think I've lost that much speed. I haven't been lifting as much, but last year I went to an indoor simulator place that had an overhead unicore unit, and they emailed me a spreadsheet of every single shot I took on the range after, and with my driver, both good swings, bad swings, everything, all the driver swings I averaged, I think it was 112 point something. I want to say 112.4, 112.6, and it clocked me as high as my quickest swings were I believe like 127. They were like in the upper 120s. So maybe that's right, maybe that's not. Maybe those are too high, maybe the Garmin's too low, somewhere in between. I'm not really sure. Generally speaking, the radar units are a couple mile an hour slower than the camera base. So even if you had a GC quad and a TrackMan doing the same exact shot, generally speaking, from what I've seen, the GC quad's going to register a little bit quicker, both on ball speed and club speed, than the TrackMan would behind you. I think it just goes to, it's just about when the measurement of the speed is actually measured. I think one of them is at the moment or right before contact, and one of them is at contact or slightly after. So just that slight difference of the speed. But all right, see if we can put a good swing on this. Pretty good strike, a little bit left. Came out left. Garmin had that reading right again. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Not sure. Side spin is not exactly the R10 strong suit, but still a decent strike nonetheless, and we're on the green. Alright, 2 holes left. 8th hole, par 5. Ooh, this is a really cool looking hole. I'd like to play this in real life. Look at this. So you got water to go over once into this fairway, and then you got water again over. Pretty cool. This is exactly why I'm doing this. If I can play this exact course in real life when I'm there, this would be a pretty cool hole to kind of keep in my memory bank to look forward to. So 266 right there. We're gonna need a good one. Decent contact again, just a little bit of a low launch. Should be though, right up the middle. Draw a little bit, that one did have the draw on it. Yeah, it feels like, probably just from the weather being about 10, 15, 20 degrees warmer today. I'm swinging it a bit quicker, which feels good. Just, I wish I could match up both the quicker swing and the contact location and the launch and everything else, but I mean, we're in play. Long hole, 266 left. Just gonna play it somewhat smart, go 4 hybrid. Definitely not gonna get it there, but just hoping to put a good swing on this 4 hybrid, about anywhere from 235 to 250 up there, and just have a short little wedge left into this green. Struck it halfway decent, but club face was open, so that's gonna be up the right, but definitely gonna be dry. That was a slicey type of swing. Good contact though, like I said, I hit it well, 241 for a spinny slice type of swing. If I just shut down the club face or fix my club path, or both on that one, that could have been a 250 type of swing. But like I said, just looking for, we're hitting 3 into this par 5, short little wedge shot. Ooh, actually it's not that short. I'm gonna have to hit approach wedge. So we're 39, 10% we'll call it 4, so 43. And that's kind of in between a 56 and a choke down approach. We'll go approach wedge. I would feel more comfortable if I still had the 52 in the bag, but this one's 51. It's only 1 degree difference, but usually I like to play this from anywhere from 50, 45, basically at the bare minimum, all the way up to about 120. This is a little bit trickier, a little bit less, but let's see if I can get the distance right, or at least right enough to get ourselves on the green here. Popped it up and pulled it left. We'll see. All right, not my best there, but we're on pretty much all we needed there. +2 should be a par, and it is. All right, gonna grab a drink quick, double check the camera. Shows the mic's still connected, shows it's still recording, which is always good. Sometimes both of those are in fact going, and I still run into issues later on. But considering I can't do a live monitoring of both the audio and the video, that's about as much as I can do back here to make sure that everything's recording correctly. 9th hole, par 4, we're 1 over through 8, 413. Aim up to the right side. I feel like I'm swinging it better today. It just, and these aren't bad scores by any means, it just feels like I'm kind of letting a couple strokes go, and despite I feel like I'm swinging it quicker, making better contact, I'm not sure the scores are actually translating and reflecting that. That one was a little bit heelier out to the right, and we aimed right. Coming back a little bit, but not really. That was a good read from the Garmin there. That's exactly how that thing's swing felt. All right, 145 up 3. We're gonna go 9. Club twisted a bit when I hit that. I hit that pretty heely. We'll see. Go, 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 go. It's not gonna get there. That was a poor strike. Oh, that's why. I grabbed the pitching wedge instead of the 9. That was a pitching wedge. Well, that explains that. I thought that was a little bit short based on how I hit that. I didn't hit it great, but that should have been enough to get there, but not when you pick the wrong club and I pick a pitching wedge instead of a 9. That sucks. Alright. Well, that's 100% my fault. 21 yards left in the fairway, so we're going 60. It's going to be on the green, but that's not nearly enough to get inside the inner circle. I hit it too soft and I chunked it. Man, I can't believe I just pulled that pitching wedge instead of a 9. Cost us 2 strokes possibly. Bogey to finish it. Alright. Well, we had a chance there to either get a bird or a par. We would have been either even or +1, but unfortunately, because of that mishap with my club selection, I guess I need a caddy out here. We ended up with a 2 over 38. So, from the final course here at Belle Glade Country Club, again, a 27-hole championship complex. This was the Calusa course. 2 over 38, so not too bad. Pretty clean scorecard. All pars besides 2 bogeys, 5 out of 7 fairways. I did feel like I was striking driver better. 8 out of 9 greens in regulation as well. Pretty good metric there. It's about as good as I can get. Obviously, 9 out of 9 would be better, but pretty happy with both of those metrics. But the putts, however, that's chipping. That's over 2 putts a hole. That's too much in my book. Not the greatest, best performance there with the wedges, but it is what it is. 2 over. Not too bad. Swing feels good besides the wedges, I guess, but striking driver better, striking irons better. Gotta find the silver lining sometimes, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any course requests, either in the villages or outside the villages. Just give me the name of the course and the location down in the comments, possibly just a little bit of background information of why you want me to play it, whether it's your home course you played back in the day, your old high school course, your old college course, a world famous course you'd like to play in the future. Whatever the case may be, I just like writing down that information and relaying it so I know why I'm playing it, and why you want me to play it, and then the other people that are watching the video also get an idea. But I'm gonna wrap this one up here, reset things, play at least 1 more championship and possibly an executive, maybe 2 championship 9 holes. We'll see. We're moving on to a different country club because we just played the three 9s at what was this, Belle Glade? Yeah, but that's what I have. Like always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want to see more videos, and I'll see you guys at the next course.